The sky over New York City shimmered with an unnatural light as the first signs of the Imperial fleet became visible. Massive ships, unlike anything humanity had ever seen, hovered ominously above the skyline. Citizens below stared in awe and fear, their daily routines coming to a screeching halt as the reality of an alien invasion set in. Dr. Elena Ramirez stood in her small laboratory at the Global Defense Research Center, watching the news unfold on multiple screens. She was a renowned scientist, known for her unconventional approaches to solving complex problems. Today, her expertise would be put to the ultimate test. The world's leaders had called an emergency meeting, but the situation was rapidly escalating beyond anyone's control. Panic spread quickly across the globe. Major cities experienced blackouts as communication networks struggled to handle the influx of emergency broadcasts. People took to the streets, seeking safety and answers, while others panicked, unsure of what the future held. The Imperial fleet had a reputation for conquering and subjugating planets with ease, and Earth seemed to be their next target. Elena's phone buzzed incessantly with calls and messages from colleagues and government officials. She glanced at the time, midnight, and realized that the situation required immediate attention. She grabbed her notepad and headed to the conference room, where the brightest minds on Earth were already gathered, discussing strategies to repel the invasion. As she entered, the room fell silent. Leaders from various countries stood around a large table, each one visibly stressed. The head of the Global Defense Council, General Marcus Lee, addressed the group. "We have limited time," he began. "The Imperial fleet is preparing for a full-scale assault within the next 48 hours. Our current defenses are no match for their technology. We need a new approach." Elena stepped forward, her mind racing with possibilities. What if their technology relies on specific energy frequencies? Maybe we can find a way to disrupt their systems using Earth's natural resources. General Lee looked intrigued. "Continue." Elena explained her theory, emphasizing the unique properties of Earth's diverse biology and environmental energy patterns. She suggested that the planet itself might hold the key to creating a defense mechanism capable of neutralizing the alien technology. The room buzzed with cautious optimism as her ideas began to take shape. Meanwhile, strange phenomena began to occur worldwide. Electromagnetic storms raged unexpectedly, disrupting both natural and artificial systems. Animals behaved erratically, migrating in large numbers to areas that seemed to emanate unknown energy fields. Unusual patterns of light and energy appeared in the atmosphere, baffling scientists and mystifying the public. Elena believed these events were linked to the Imperial fleet's arrival. She hypothesized that the aliens might be tapping into Earth's energy sources to power their ships and weapons. If that were the case, disrupting these energy flows could render the fleet powerless. As the days passed, the tension on Earth grew. Governments enforced martial law, and military forces were mobilized worldwide. Despite their best efforts, the initial attacks by the Imperial fleet caused minimal damage, only serving to demonstrate the invaders' overwhelming firepower. However, each failed assault also provided humanity with more time to adapt and respond. In her laboratory, Elena and her team worked tirelessly, analyzing data from the strange energy patterns and electromagnetic anomalies. They discovered that certain natural resources, such as geothermal vents and tidal energy sites, exhibited properties that could potentially interfere with the alien technology. Using this information, they began designing devices that could harness and amplify these natural energies. Back at the conference room, General Lee reviewed the progress made by Elena's team. "If we can successfully implement these devices, we might stand a chance," he said, a glimmer of hope in his eyes. The room erupted in a mix of cautious optimism and renewed determination. As the sun set on the second day of the invasion, humanity found itself at a crossroads. The Imperial fleet loomed menacingly in the sky, but so did the resilience and ingenuity of the human spirit. Dr. Elena Ramirez's unconventional ideas offered a beacon of hope, suggesting that Earth's greatest strength might lie not in its weapons, but in its ability to adapt and overcome. With only 24 hours remaining before the fleet's final assault, the world held its breath. People from all walks of life came together, united by a common goal, to defend their home planet against an overwhelming force. The stage was set for a battle that would determine the fate of humanity, and the first steps had been taken towards an unexpected and extraordinary defense. As dawn broke over London, the city buzzed with a mix of fear and determination. News of the Imperial fleet's failed first attack had spread quickly, giving people a flicker of hope. Despite the chaos, life in major cities began to stabilize as governments worked tirelessly to coordinate a global defense. Dr. Elena Ramirez remained at the Global Defense Research Center, her mind racing with possibilities. She reviewed the data her team had collected from the strange energy patterns and electromagnetic anomalies. It was clear that Earth's natural resources held the key to disrupting the alien technology. Elena believed that by harnessing these energies, humans could create weapons and defenses capable of turning the tide against the Imperial fleet. Elena called an urgent meeting with her team. The room was filled with scientists from various fields: physics, biology, engineering, all united by a common goal. "We need to focus on geothermal and tidal energy sites," she explained. "These areas show the strongest interference with the alien systems. If we can amplify these natural energies, we might be able to disrupt their technology on a larger scale." The team set to work immediately, pooling their knowledge and resources. Days turned into nights as they experimented with different configurations, testing each new device rigorously. Slowly but surely, their efforts began to pay off. They developed a prototype that could harness geothermal energy to emit powerful electromagnetic pulses, capable of disabling alien sensors and communication systems. Meanwhile, the world watched as more cities came together to support the defense effort. Nations that had once been at odds now collaborated seamlessly, sharing technology and intelligence. Military forces from different countries trained together, learning to operate with the new technologies Elena's team was developing. Stories of heroism and cooperation spread, inspiring people everywhere to contribute in any way they could. In Tokyo, a group of engineers worked on adapting the geothermal disruptors for use in urban environments. In Nairobi, biologists studied the unique behaviors of local wildlife to understand how Earth's biology could be used to their advantage. Every breakthrough, no matter how small, was celebrated as a step closer to victory. One evening, as Elena was poring over the latest test results, she received an urgent message from General Marcus Lee. "We have a situation," he said. "The Imperial fleet is preparing for another assault, but this time they're changing their tactics. They're targeting our power grids and communication hubs directly. We need to act fast." Elena knew this was their chance to prove their theories. She and her team quickly refined their devices, enhancing their power and efficiency. They developed a plan to deploy the geothermal disruptors around key strategic points worldwide. The goal was to create a network of energy interference that the Imperial fleet would struggle to overcome. As the next attack loomed, tension mounted globally. People fortified their homes and businesses, ready to defend their cities with the new technologies. The Global Defense Council coordinated the deployment, ensuring that each disruptor was placed in the most effective locations. When the Imperial fleet launched its second wave, the response was swift and coordinated. The geothermal disruptors activated simultaneously, sending out waves of electromagnetic pulses that rippled through the air. The alien ships faltered, their systems glitching and communication breaking down. What was once an unstoppable force now faced unexpected resistance. On the ground, soldiers and civilians worked together, using the disrupted alien technology to their advantage. Makeshift weapons powered by the disruptors wreaked havoc on the invaders, causing confusion and chaos within their ranks. The Imperial fleet, accustomed to easy conquests, found itself outmatched by the resourcefulness and unity of the human defenders. Amidst the battle, Elena watched the events unfold on her monitors. Her heart swelled with pride as she saw the first signs of victory. The Imperial fleet, once so confident in their superiority, was now struggling to maintain control. Humanity had found its edge, not in sheer force, but in ingenuity, cooperation, and the ability to adapt under pressure. As night fell, the sky above saw fewer alien ships, many of which were retreating or being destroyed by the combined efforts of Earth's defenders. The world breathed a collective sigh of relief, knowing that they had taken a significant step towards reclaiming their planet. Dr. Elena Ramirez stood before a world that had come together in the face of overwhelming odds. She realized that humanity's true strength lay not just in their technology, but in their unwavering spirit and ability to unite for a common cause. The battle was far from over, but Earth had shown that it was a force to be reckoned with. The seeds of victory had been planted, and humanity was ready to fight for their home with everything they had. As the weeks passed since the first successful defense against the Imperial fleet, Earth began to see a shift in the battle's momentum. The aliens, frustrated by their initial failures, intensified their efforts to conquer the planet. Massive warships filled the skies, deploying smaller, more agile fighters and advanced drones designed to outmaneuver human defenses. Dr. Elena Ramirez knew that humanity needed to step up their game. She gathered her team at the Global Defense Research Center, determined to find a way to counter the new threats. Her team included experts from various fields. Dr. Anil Gupta, a brilliant physicist, Captain Maya Hernandez, a decorated military leader, Lu Wei, a skilled engineer, and Sarah Thompson, a resourceful strategist from the civilian resistance. "We need a new strategy," Elena began, her voice steady despite the mounting pressure. "The aliens are adapting quickly. We must find a way to exploit their weaknesses even further." Captain Hernandez nodded. "Their new fighters are faster and more resilient. We need weapons that can neutralize them without causing too much collateral damage." Dr. Gupta tapped on his tablet, displaying complex data. "I've been analyzing their energy patterns. Their technology relies heavily on Earth's natural energy sources, but in a different way than before. If we can create a device that can harness and amplify these energies, we might be able to disrupt their systems on a larger scale." Elena's eyes lit up. "That's exactly what we need. Let's focus on developing a device that can tap into multiple energy sources simultaneously. It could serve both as a powerful weapon and a defensive shield." The team worked around the clock, combining their expertise to design the revolutionary device. After countless experiments and numerous setbacks, they finally succeeded. The Energy Nexus was a compact yet powerful device capable of harnessing geothermal, tidal, and electromagnetic energies. When activated, it could emit pulses strong enough to disable alien technology, while also providing a protective barrier for human forces. News of the Energy Nexus spread quickly, boosting morale worldwide. Governments and military leaders saw it as the key to turning the tide of the war. Deployment teams were formed, each responsible for placing the devices in strategic locations around the globe. Meanwhile, inspired by the initial victories and the development of the Energy Nexus, civilian militias and resistance groups began to organize more effectively. Ordinary people, from farmers to teachers, took up arms and joined the fight. They trained together, sharing knowledge and resources, and developed their own tactics to combat the alien invaders. In Berlin, a group of engineers repurposed household items into effective weapons using the principles behind the Energy Nexus. In Sydney, local volunteers set up communication networks to coordinate attacks and share intelligence. Every small victory, every loss of an alien ship, strengthened the resolve of humanity. Back at the Global Defense Research Center, Elena and her team continued to refine the Energy Nexus. They added new features, making the devices more efficient and easier to deploy. The breakthrough invention was not just a weapon. It was a symbol of human ingenuity and resilience. As the Imperial fleet launched another massive assault, Earth was ready. The skies darkened with alien ships, but this time, humans were prepared. The Energy Nexus devices activated simultaneously across multiple locations, creating a network of interference that crippled the alien forces. Ships stalled mid-flight, their systems failing one by one. On the ground, soldiers and civilians fought with renewed vigor. The alien drones, unable to communicate or coordinate, became easy targets. Human forces moved swiftly, using the disruption to their advantage, launching coordinated attacks that decimated the invaders. In the midst of the chaos, Captain Hernandez led a team to infiltrate one of the largest alien ships. Using the energy nexus technology, they breached the ship's defenses and planted explosive charges that would ensure its destruction. The mission was risky, but it was a crucial step in weakening the Imperial fleet's hold on Earth. As the battle raged on, the tide had clearly turned in humanity's favor. The once seemingly unstoppable Imperial fleet was now struggling to maintain control. The combination of advanced human technology, strategic planning, and the unwavering spirit of the people had created a formidable defense that the aliens had not anticipated. Dr. Elena Ramirez watched the progress with pride. Her team's invention had not only provided a crucial advantage, but had also united humanity in ways never seen before. The turning tide was clear. Earth was no longer a passive target, but a fierce and determined defender ready to fight for its survival. With each passing day, the hope of victory grew stronger, and humanity stood united, proving that their greatest strength lay not just in their technology, but in their ability to work together and adapt in the face of overwhelming odds. The city of Tokyo stood as a beacon of hope and resilience. After the successful deployment of the energy nexus, its skyline was a mix of traditional architecture and advanced human technology. People walked the streets with newfound confidence, knowing they could defend their home. However, the peace was short-lived as the Imperial fleet launched their most formidable attack yet. Dr. Elena Ramirez was in her laboratory, surrounded by her dedicated team. The room buzzed with activity as they analyzed the latest data from the ongoing battles. Elena glanced at the screen showing real-time footage of the Imperial fleet's movements. The alien ships were adapting quickly, showing signs of desperation. Suddenly, an urgent alert flashed on Elena's monitor. It was General Marcus Lee. "Elena, we have a critical situation," he said. "The Imperial fleet is preparing a massive assault on New York City. This could be their final attempt to conquer Earth." Elena's heart pounded. New York was one of the most important cities, a hub of global communication and defense coordination. If it fell, Earth's chances would diminish significantly. She knew she had to act fast. At the same time, Elena received a distress call from her family. Her younger brother, Marco, was in New York, helping with the local defense efforts. Panic gripped her as she balanced her duty to save the world with the fear for her loved one's safety. Determined to protect both her family and humanity, Elena focused on the task at hand. Her team had made a breakthrough discovery. The Imperial fleet's energy cores had a critical weakness. These cores relied on a rare mineral found only in specific locations on their ships. If targeted correctly, it could lead to the fleet's complete shutdown. "Elena, we need to develop a way to target these energy cores," said Dr. Anil Gupta. "If we can create a precise weapon, we can destroy their power source without causing excessive damage." Elena nodded. "We need to enhance the energy nexus to focus on those specific energy signatures. It's our best chance to disable their ships entirely." As the team worked tirelessly, the situation in New York became increasingly dire. The alien ships unleashed powerful attacks, and the city's defenses were under immense pressure. Elena's mind raced, balancing her worry for Marco with the urgency of the mission. Finally, the enhanced energy nexus was ready. The team had developed a new device capable of pinpointing and targeting the alien energy cores. It was a risky plan, but it was their only hope. Elena briefed the global defense leaders, outlining the strategy to deploy the new devices simultaneously across key locations. In New York, Marco was leading a group of defenders, coordinating the placement of the enhanced energy nexus devices. The tension was palpable as the countdown to the final assault began. Elena monitored the progress from the research center, her eyes never leaving the screens showing her brother's team in action. As the Imperial fleet launched their attack, the enhanced energy nexus devices activated. Powerful beams of energy shot towards the alien ships, precisely targeting their energy cores. The effect was immediate. Alien ships began to flicker and lose power, crashing into each other or spiraling out of control. The battle reached its peak as New York became the center of the decisive conflict. Elena watched anxiously, praying that her brother and his team would survive. Marco's group successfully placed the last device just as the main alien ship began to falter. The energy beams hit their mark, and the massive ship started to break apart. Back at the research center, Elena received a message from Marco. "We did it. The main ship is collapsing. Everyone's safe." Relief washed over her as she realized the plan had worked. The fundamental flaw in the Imperial fleet's energy cores had been exploited, leading to their downfall. The fleet began to retreat, their defeat undeniable. The world watched in awe as the once invincible Imperial fleet was defeated by humanity's ingenuity and bravery. Elena felt a deep sense of pride and relief, knowing that both her family and the planet were safe. The final battle had been won, but the cost had shown the true strength and unity of humanity. As night fell over New York, the city celebrated its hard-fought victory. Dr. Elena Ramirez stood with her team, knowing that their combined efforts had saved the world. The climax of the invasion had been reached, and humanity had proven once again that they were a force to be reckoned with. The dawn of a new day broke over Earth, but this time it was filled with determination rather than fear. The global community had united like never before, their spirits lifted by the recent victories against the Imperial fleet. Dr. Elena Ramirez and her team stood ready at the Global Defense Research Center, knowing that the final push was imminent. Elena reviewed the final plans for the coordinated assault. The energy nexus devices had proven effective, but the time had come to launch a full-scale offensive. The devices were now enhanced to not only disable the alien technology, but also to amplify human attacks, turning Earth's natural energies into powerful weapons against the invaders. General Marcus Lee addressed the united forces from the conference room, his voice steady and commanding. "Today, we take the fight to the Imperial fleet. Every nation, every city, and every individual has a role to play. This is our chance to reclaim our planet and ensure a future for humanity." Across the globe, teams prepared for their missions. In Paris, engineers fine-tuned the energy nexus devices, ensuring they could withstand the intense battles ahead. In Nairobi, strategists mapped out the alien fleet's movements, identifying weak points to exploit. In Sydney, volunteers coordinated communication networks, ensuring seamless coordination during the assault. Meanwhile, Elena and her team worked tirelessly to finalize the last enhancements. They had developed a new feature that allowed the energy nexus to create massive energy beams capable of targeting multiple alien ships simultaneously. This innovation was crucial for the upcoming decisive battle. As the sun reached its peak, the first wave of the global assault began. Energy beams shot into the sky, striking alien ships with pinpoint accuracy. The Imperial fleet, already weakened by previous attacks, struggled to respond. Communication among the alien forces broke down as their systems were disrupted by the synchronized attacks. On the ground, soldiers and civilians fought side by side, using the enhanced energy nexus devices to repel the invaders. Makeshift weapons powered by the devices proved devastating against the alien drones, while larger ships equipped with the energy nexus beams targeted the enemy's main warships. In New York City, where the final showdown had taken place, the streets buzzed with activity. Marco Ramirez, Elena's brother, led a group of defenders who had successfully placed the last energy nexus device. The device was now ready to unleash its full potential, a beacon of humanity's resilience and ingenuity. As the Imperial fleet launched its final assault, the energy nexus devices activated in unison. Massive beams of energy cascaded through the sky, striking the alien ships with unprecedented force. The alien fleet, already reeling from earlier attacks, began to falter. Ships collided, systems failed, and chaos ensued within the enemy ranks. Elena watched the battle unfold on her monitors, her heart swelling with pride. The combined efforts of humanity were overwhelming the invaders. Her phone buzzed with messages from leaders around the world, all sharing the same news. The Imperial fleet was collapsing. In a pivotal moment, Captain Maya Hernandez led a daring mission to infiltrate the flagship of the Imperial fleet. Using the Energy Nexus technology, her team bypassed the ship's defenses and planted explosive charges at critical points. The mission was risky, but it was essential for ensuring the fleet's complete destruction. Back at the research center, Elena received confirmation that the flagship had been neutralized. The remaining alien ships, now leaderless and disoriented, began to retreat. The once formidable Imperial fleet was now in disarray, unable to maintain its assault on Earth. As the last of the alien ships flooded into the depths of space, humanity erupted in celebration. Cheers filled the airwaves as people around the world realized they had won the battle. The combined strength, ingenuity, and unity of humanity had proven too much for the invaders to handle. Elena and her team were hailed as heroes, their work instrumental in securing Earth's victory. General Lee addressed the world, commending every individual who had contributed to the defense. Today, we have shown that humanity's spirit cannot be broken. We have defended our home and proven that together, we are unstoppable. In the aftermath, Earth began to rebuild, stronger and more united than ever before. The advanced technologies salvaged from the defeated Imperial fleet were integrated into daily life, ushering in a new era of progress and innovation. The bonds forged during the invasion remained unbreakable, a testament to what humanity could achieve when united by a common goal. Dr. Elena Ramirez stood on a balcony overlooking the city, celebrating its hard-won freedom. She felt a deep sense of accomplishment, knowing that her work had made a difference. Humanity had not only survived, but had thrived, proving that their greatest strength lay in their ability to adapt, innovate, and stand together against any threat. The battle was over, but the legacy of humanity's resilience and unity would endure for generations to come. The world had faced an unimaginable challenge and emerged victorious, ready to embrace a future filled with hope and endless possibilities. The morning sun rose over a peaceful Earth, casting a warm glow on cities that had once been battlegrounds. The Imperial fleet was gone, and humanity had triumphed against overwhelming odds. The world was quiet, the silence a stark contrast to the chaos of the invasion. People stepped outside their homes, eyes lifting to the sky in awe and relief. Dr. Elena Ramirez stood on the rooftop of the Global Defense Research Center, watching as people celebrated in the streets below. Fireworks lit up the sky, a symbol of victory and hope. Her heart swelled with pride. She had played a key role in saving the planet, but she knew the true heroes were the countless individuals who had united to defend their home. In the weeks that followed, nations worked together to rebuild what had been damaged during the invasion. The advanced technologies salvaged from the defeated Imperial fleet were carefully studied and integrated into everyday life. Renewable energy sources were enhanced, making power more efficient and accessible to everyone. Cities became hubs of innovation, blending human ingenuity with alien technology to create a brighter future. Elena was honored at a global summit held in Paris, where leaders from every nation gathered to celebrate their collective success. General Marcus Lee addressed the crowd, his voice filled with emotion. Today, we honor not just our victory, but the unity and resilience that made it possible. We have proven that when we stand together, there is no challenge we cannot overcome. Elena took the stage to accept an award for her contributions. She looked out at the sea of faces, feeling a deep connection to each person there. This victory belongs to all of humanity, she began. It was our ability to work together, to innovate, and to never give up that saved our planet. Let this be a reminder that our greatest strength lies in our unity. Back in New York City, Marco Ramirez led efforts to restore the city's infrastructure. The scars of battle were slowly healing, replaced by new buildings and green spaces. Communities came together to support one another, fostering a sense of camaraderie and mutual respect that had never been stronger. In Tokyo, scientists continued to explore the alien technologies, discovering ways to enhance medical advancements and environmental protection. The collaboration between different nations accelerated progress, leading to breakthroughs that once seemed impossible. Humanity was entering a new era of prosperity and peace. Elena returned to her laboratory, where her team was already working on the next generation of the energy nexus. They were determined to use their knowledge to prevent future threats and to explore the vast possibilities of the technologies they had uncovered. The energy nexus had not only defended Earth, but also opened doors to new scientific frontiers. One evening, as Elena walked through a park in her rebuilt neighborhood, she reflected on the journey humanity had taken. From fear and uncertainty to triumph and unity, the invasion had changed the world forever. She saw families enjoying the fresh air, children playing, and neighbors helping each other, embodying the spirit of cooperation that had saved them all. As the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, Elena felt a sense of peace and hope for the future. The battles were over, but the lessons learned would guide humanity forward. They had faced an unimaginable threat and emerged stronger, more united, and ready to embrace whatever challenges lay ahead. The world had entered a new era, one defined by collaboration, innovation, and an unbreakable spirit. Humanity had proven that they were not just survivors, but pioneers capable of shaping their destiny. With the scars of the past as reminders of their resilience, people looked to the future with optimism and determination. Dr. Elena Ramirez stood as a symbol of what humanity could achieve when united by a common goal. Her work and the collective efforts of countless others had ensured that Earth would remain a thriving home for generations to come. The legacy of their victory was a testament to the true essence of humanity: adaptable, inventive, and endlessly hopeful. As night settled over the world, the lights of cities shone brightly, a beacon of human achievement and the dawn of a new chapter. The story of Earth's defense would be told for ages, inspiring future generations to believe in their potential and the power of unity. Humanity had not only saved their planet, but had also set the stage for a future filled with endless possibilities and unwavering hope.